The work environment in a machine shop was actually very pleasant. You might think it would be very noisy, but actually it wasn't. Cutting metal is really not a noisy operation. And we never had to wear earplugs. On some jobs, we had to wear safety glasses. When I started working for Sweetheart Cup, I worked in the machine shop, and we built things, really was like a repair shop for all the equipment that made the cups. And that was fast. That was fast-moving machinery. First thing that will happen is when you get this shaft turning, throw in the clutch, and each one of these machines will operate individually. Let's get the shaft turning. All right, this particular lathe here is known as a turret lathe. It's set up with a piece of aluminum that's attached to the chuck. And when we turn that piece of metal, then we can cut it. The cutting tool is going to cut these grooves that are known as threads, and they have to be all evenly spaced. And this was the male part. And it had to be machined so it would fit into the female part. The female part is sitting on the lathe also. So the men had special equipment like what they called micrometers, where they could measure the diameter. And when the diameter got down to the proper size, then they knew that part would fit. Now, on the back of the lathe, you'll see hose couplings. Of course, the hose has been removed, cut off. In order for them to work, they all have to be the same size so that you could screw those together. And that was something that you could do with these precision metal cutting machines. When standing by the green rail, if you look over your right shoulder, you'll see a plexiglass case. And inside there is a steam engine. And this is a little model steam engine that a lot of companies would require their apprentices to be able to manufacture that or to build that before they were given their machinist papers. They called them journeyman papers. If you had journeyman papers, you could go any place in the country and show your papers, and that would prove that you were a machinist. This was made to use steam. It has a boiler, and you could put water in this boiler, and it has a little relief valve, so it's not going to blow up if you have too much steam in there. And you had to build a fire underneath this boiler. And then when you had to build up enough steam, then you could release the valves, and the steam would go down and operate this little steam engine. However, with the setup here at the museum, it's impossible for us to manufacture steam, so we converted it to an electric motor. And we have a little belt under the table, and that's how this machine operates, using an electric motor.